Hey guys, we recently headed south toward Key West to check out a boat that Jordan was really interested in.
This one's going to be a little bit different than all the other boats we've toured. This one's a lot smaller, but it's still going to be a capable vessel for someone that's looking for a project.
Semicircular kind of cockpit, not really, but kind of that shape. You have a tiller.
Tiller with a canoe stern.
Yeah.
Got a transom hung rudder right there. I miss our transom hung rudder on Somnia. So on our old boat, the tiller was kind of in the middle of the cockpit.
Yes.
This is set farther back, which is nice, so it's out of the way. And even though this cockpit's small, I mean, it's a small boat, but it seems very secure and it seems comfortable.
Good amount of seating too.
Good amount of seating. Like I said, the fact that this tiller is back here and not like in the middle of the cockpit is a big deal. So the tiller goes up like this, and the stern locker's open now, and even though it's a stern locker, it kind of feels like a bow locker just because of the shape of the stern. Take a look at this lazarette here. You've got the fuel tank. It is a diesel that's below me. It's a Yanmar diesel, and it does run. The owner was running it for me earlier. You can take up this whole panel right here, and the diesel is underneath. Got anything to add?
Not right now. Oh, the mast is bent? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, so it needs a new mast. But the thing is, masts on this size of boat, they're not very expensive. Yeah, they're a couple $100. How's the deck feel?
Good to me, but I know you were testing out a spot up here.
Bounce on it a little? It's not too bad.
Okay.
Feels pretty solid.
Bowsprit.
Got bronze hawse hole. That's thick right there. You've got one big cleat here, and then the lines go through the high bulwarks. Those are really nice and high, which is nice. And then you've got about a 3-foot bowsprit on the front. Does it feel way smaller than our boat, or?
Yeah, but it also feels really wide.
Yeah.
Actually, so it doesn't feel like too crazy at all.
It feels small, but manageable and secure.
Yeah, like compact. Not
Yeah.
Like small.
I like that.
Yeah. Bronze port lights. Right?
Yep, there are stainless steel stanchions, but most of the hardware is bronze.
Yeah, even the winches are cool.
There's the mast step. That is stainless steel there. There is a lot of bronze.
Bronze or stainless?
Those are bronze winches.
Big companionway, actually.
Having this be so big, Ran, is going to be important for me because I'm not going to be able to stand down there.
Oh, really?
I wonder if you'll be able
And
to.
it's not even like a really deep step either.
No, it's not.
Which I guess is kind of why you said that. Oh, actually, I'm even too tall.
You have to bend your neck.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Never experienced.
Now you know what it's like.
Yeah. Oh, is this for alcohol stove?
Yep.
Here?
Yeah,
Okay.
there's an alcohol stove that goes there.
Sink. I think this must have been the boom.
Yeah.
Quarter berth.
There's a quarter berth down there. This engine is so cool though. 8 horsepower, little diesel, and it just won't die apparently. And someone was smart right here. They have bungs hooked right to the through holes there. That's
a really good idea.
It's a very smart idea right there. So we're looking down into the bilge here, and this is where the diesel tank used to be. And there's a freshwater tank right there. It is bone dry, so that's awesome. It's good to see. So I am sitting on the quarter berth, and we're looking at the
Settee table.
Yeah.
So there's storage compartments all along this area and 2 small settees on either side of this table.
Actually, the wood is in pretty decent shape.
It is. Right here, maybe.
Okay, yeah, right there is a problem area. But for the most part, it's all It's all salvageable, I think. So you've got your main eating area, your main salon. You got your galley to starboard right here. Sink, storage below, alcohol stove area. And you can see the height right now.
So I'm a little over 5'6".
Yeah.
I can almost stand.
It's probably 5 feet.
5 foot here.
Yeah, Lin Pardey would be able to stand straight up.
Yeah.
So let's go forward. So what do you think of this, Rand?
So you got a little V berth here. And I was thinking about how abruptly this ended up front. But you still have room to, like, get into the V berth, obviously. Yeah. This must be the old fuel tank, I'm assuming, because of the shape. It looks kind of like the bilge. And then it looks like you've got a hanging locker over here, but I'll let Jordan come on into film.
Squeeze on by. All right, so going into the V berth, this is actually it's roomier than you would expect, I think. And I think 2 people would easily be able to sleep there. That's a pretty big V berth for this size boat. Looking up, you got a hatch, so very good ventilation. Big hatch. Again, the all bronze port lights. So I'm sitting on the V berth and looking to port, and I believe this area right here is where the head is supposed to go. So if you wanted to plumb a head in here, it would go right here. But there's currently no head from what I can see. And then looking from the head area to starboard, there's a hanging locker right here. Cedar lined. Pretty nice. So yeah, the headliner could use a little work. But, I mean, most of this boat could use a little work. This is definitely a project, but this is an awesome little boat.
It is. Very sturdy feeling.
Yeah, I think this would be a worthwhile project for someone, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Maybe someone short. Someone
short. True to the small boat cruising style, it has sculling oars. So you don't even need an engine for this boat. Alright guys, so at the end of every boat tour, I normally do a continuous walkthrough from bow to stern. And let me show you how that's going to go with this one. So I'm in the V berth, and now I'm in the salon, and that's the whole boat.
Before we get into our thoughts on this boat, we wanted to first thank The Ridge for sponsoring this video.
So as you may already know, we've been testing out these tough little minimalistic wallets for the past few months, and I have to say, I don't think I could be happier with a wallet. What do you think, Randy?
I've really enjoyed it. I stopped carrying around a purse as much, and I normally just carry a backpack to work, so I toss it in there or toss it in my pocket wherever we go, and it's really convenient.
We used to only ever buy the cheapest possible option for basically everything, and we always thought that that was going to be the best way to go, but that's really not the case. If you buy quality products, you'll pay a little more upfront, but in the long run, you'll save a lot more money.
The Ridge wallets are definitely one of those quality products. They come made in aluminum, titanium, or carbon fiber, and they have a lifetime guarantee.
So if you're ready to ditch that bulky, cheap, leather trifold wallet that's been giving you back pain for the last wallet you'll ever buy, go to ridgewallet.com/lines and enter the code LINES for 10% off.
So now that we're through with the sponsored content, what do you think about the boat?
I loved it.
Knew that was what you were going to say.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so small and manageable, and Pacific Seacraft is a great builder. They build boats that are high quality, that are built to last and built to take a beating. So even though this boat is small, it's an ocean-going vessel. Mm-hmm. So I think the possibility of it being, you know, a world cruiser in such a tiny little package is very appealing for some people. It's appealing for me even. I mean, like, thinking about being able to put this on a trailer, drive it over to the other coast of, you know, the U.S. and just go from there, sail to Hawaii and back. I mean, it's a pretty cool idea. So what did you think?
I think it is a very interesting boat. I know we say that word way too much, but it is compact and it does have everything you really need. Right now it doesn't have a head, but it has a place for that. Mm-hmm.
Well, the Pardeys used a bucket, so...
Oh my gosh, did they really?
Yeah. You don't really need a head, right?
Yeah. I just don't know how someone can live in a boat that you can't stand up in. That's like...
That'd be tough.
Killer for me.
Yeah.
Like, there's no headroom in there. You basically have to be sitting or stand where the hatch opens to the cockpit, like the companionway area.
Yeah.
So that was kind of interesting. But it is funny because we met Lin Pardey at Annapolis, and she's super tiny.
She's so short. I guess I didn't realize how short she was.
Yeah.
And then once we met her, I was like, oh, okay, so that's how they lived on a 24-foot boat, or 22, whatever Seraphin was. And then Taliesin was like 30 feet, or 28 feet, something like that. But that's how they lived on such small boats for so long. Going back to this boat in particular, I think the price is right. I think that if we didn't have Freebie, we would be seriously considering purchasing her. You know, not necessarily as a forever boat, but just as a little pocket cruiser that could also go on a trailer, which is really awesome.
Yeah, I think that part really appeals to us because you can take it somewhere and set off from wherever you want, which is nice.
Yeah.
Also, on this boat, we really do like the old tiller style. We kind of miss that about Somnium, our first boat.
Yeah, we miss the tiller, for sure.
Yeah. It's a very, like, appealing boat, just the way it was designed.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just, I think we missed, like, a much more manageable, smaller boat. That's kind of how Somnium was. And although Somnium wasn't built as heavy as the Pacific Seacraft was, you know, Somnium was a very manageable size. It was a light boat. It performed well.
We had a lot of fun.
We had a lot of fun on it, and it was manageable. Like, I was never worried about not being able to handle it.
Yeah,
so.
docking's a breeze.
Yeah. So, I like the idea of a smaller boat, but I don't think we'll be doing a smaller boat. But I like the idea of it. And I think this boat is a good boat for somebody that's looking for a cruiser, maybe for one person or maybe a couple.
It would make a really good single-handed cruiser with a wind vane or something on it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And it really doesn't... I mean, it does need a lot of work. I shouldn't say it really doesn't need a lot of work. What boat does? What boat doesn't need a lot of work?
I feel like Jordan fell so much in love that he, like, didn't see the work it needed. I'm like, no, there's a lot.
Yeah. But the thing is, okay, you gotta think that it's a 25-foot boat, okay?
Yes.
So a project on a 25-foot boat is a much smaller project than it would be on a 30-foot boat or a 40-foot boat or a 50, you know what I mean? Like,
but there is still so much.
Yeah, there's still a lot to do, but I think the price is right for what you get with this boat. Most of the structure seems solid. It's just going to be a lot of refinish work, probably some painting, getting a new mast, which they aren't very expensive for this size of boat. You can get a used mast for this size of boat for like a few $100. I've kind of priced them out before just to see, but...
Yeah, there's not a lot of supplies that you would need minus the mast, obviously.
Yeah.
It's just paint and cosmetic.
Yeah. And you can keep the diesel, or you can chuck the diesel and go electric, or you can go engineless because it's possible on this boat. Yes, I loved the sculling oars that were on the boat already. That was awesome. Because it's only a 5,000-pound boat, so it is a heavy displacement for its size, but it's so small that it's not very heavy. So I don't know. I liked it. I know if you've watched our other tours, it kind of seems like we like everything, and that's
we do
somewhat of the case, but I mean, there really is a place in, I feel like my heart, maybe my heart more than yours, for small cruising boats like this. I like the idea of them a lot. But then I also like catamarans. So it's very, I don't know.
We've talked about that before. Every boat has its purpose, and if you find the boat that has the purpose you want, then that's the one you go for.
Yeah, definitely. So I think there's going to be some contact information for the owner of this boat in the description below. So if you want to potentially reach out to him and purchase this boat, also the price is going to be in the description below as well. It's very cheap. And I think Randy's going to complete this episode.
So if you pardon our ramblings and you enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave a like and a comment down below. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button to follow along with our journey and the notification bell if you want to know each and every time we upload a video.
See you guys.
Bye.
I've got it right and I got it wrong, but I learned my lesson hanging on. Come sit here with me by the fire and let it go for a little